So joining us now is Chieh Huang, CEO of Boxed. Chieh, it's good to see you this morning. So explain,
Thanks for having me.
we're happy to have you, how this partnership came about and what it means for your business.
Yeah, it means a lot for our business. And so, we've often been asked, are we ever going to kind of go abroad or expand internationally? And the answer was always yes. But most folks had anticipated us building fulfillment centers and running our business as we normally do here in the U.S. Abroad. But it looks like software will be the way that we're going to promulgate the box stack internationally.
So explain how this came about. I mean, have you been able to successfully use time during the pandemic to your favor and basically continue to build out the expansion?
Absolutely. So, one of the things that makes us unique throughout the pandemic and throughout the 7.5 years we've been in business is that, in general, from the front end software to the inventory management, all the way to the robots, as you guys have featured on the show before, we built it in house. And so, taking that time during the pandemic to harden that software stack as well as that hardware stack, and then now licensing it to large retailers around the world, has been a really, really wonderful thing that's come from the pandemic for us.
Now, in terms of demand for online grocery, I know, at least based on my own experiences, that has certainly soared during the pandemic. Have there been any challenges that have come along with that soaring demand?
There absolutely has been. There's challenges everywhere. Between kind of selling the software, but also selling toilet paper. I think we're one of the only companies in the world that can say, hey, 2020 was all about selling software as well as selling paper towels and disinfectant wipes. But certainly they come with their unique challenges. Our business saw two unique spikes last year in 2021 at the onset of the pandemic. Usually around April or so, we saw the first spike. And then as things got worse in the United States, around November again. And so everything between kind of pushing packages out or receiving the inventory, just in general, online and e-commerce never saw that kind of surge in the history of e-commerce, and we bore the brunt of it. But luckily, we were able to keep customers happy and build the business as well.
In terms of growth, even beyond what you're trying to do with your expansion into Malaysia, what is the growth trajectory and does it ultimately lead to an IPO?
It's a really great question, especially your background there. So I wish we could do it live in the same building that you are. So it does look like that is a real option for us, and so we're keeping all the options open at the moment. But we've always said that we want to do what's best for the employees, customers, as well as shareholders. And going public may be just one of those avenues. It's been a personal dream of mine to ring the bell right behind you, and so maybe we're on that path in the coming months, years, and as long as this trajectory holds up.
Have you been able to keep all of your staff on the payroll during this pandemic?
Yeah, it's been really, really interesting because while other folks, especially around the world, when you saw a lot of pain, especially with hourly employees, we've actually been able to add hourly employees in the fulfillment centers, and so for us, it's a really, really good way to we bring folks in because first they start as hourly, but eventually they end up being managers and salaried full time. We're a little bit different in how we treat our frontline staff because as soon as you're a full-time employee, you get free healthcare, you get stock options, and you get all the benefits that usually come from an office environment.